Shalom, how's your mood? When it comes to sports, I succeeded not only in sprinting to the corner store for a beer, but also in something much more serious, namely swimming. Hey, the only thing that really floats is crap in an ice hole, but a post just sinks. Ew. You kind of want to argue with him, but he's right, because for many years I really did swim like an axe. But I have medals, which means that one day I finally pulled myself together and to the music from Rocky turned myself into freaking Michael Phelps. Down, 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 down.
Hey asshole, I'm sick of your yelling. It's 1 in the morning, you know.
So today's video is about how I went swimming. Before we start, I want to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Enjoy. The first time I went to a swimming pool was when I was about 5. My mom took me to a friend who worked as a coach and by the way was a pretty good swimmer herself and even competed in a lot of tournaments. So all decked out in every kind of inflatable gear imaginable, I walked up to her. Oh, what a cutie. Now we're going to swim together and you'll be your mom's little champion.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No, really?
Yes.
No!
The pool had 3 changing rooms, one for men, one for women, and one for little kids like me who still couldn't change by themselves. For classes, no matter your age, you'll need flip-flops, a couple of towels, a swimsuit, shower gel, a swim cap, and goggles. You could also bring your own fins, but I'll talk about that sneaky little cheat of an invention a bit later. When I saw the pool for the first time, it seemed unbelievably huge, cold, and noisy to me. And of course, after my very first visit, I got sick. Then I started first grade, got sick again, played outside, and got sick after that too. Ate some pea soup, got sick. Got sick just because I got sick. These days, if you're feeling under the weather, you can spend all day playing on your computer or your phone. But back then, mom would just take away the power supply from the Sega and that was it. Now listen here, young man. Either tomorrow we're going to the pool to toughen you up, or you won't see your Sega until 2nd grade. No! Yes!
No!
Yes!
No!
At first I was juggling swimming with school, soccer, sambo, and drawing classes. Yep, I actually went to art school for a whole 6 months. Honestly, that's about as long as I stuck with all the other clubs too. I mean, come on, what else was I supposed to do? I was just trying to find myself, yo! And sometimes I'd accidentally put my paintbrushes and pencils in my swimming bag, or bring my swim trunks and goggles to sambo practice. Most swimming pools have 5 lanes, and ours was no exception. The little kids hung out in the first lane, and they were strictly forbidden from going into the 2nd lane, where the more experienced kids trained. Once you ended up there, you felt like Turbo the Snail from the cartoon, dropped onto a busy highway. The 3rd lane was for all sorts of adult men and old guys, and the 4th and 5th lanes were for another group. You were supposed to shower before and after practice, and there's a funny story about that. There were only 8 spots in the shower room, so we had to crowd together, 3 people under one shower head. It was especially awkward when some big guy was showering and you had to share the shower with him. Just so you understand, your head was exactly at the level of his. Besides the floating turd swimming technique, we also learned to swim breaststroke, freestyle, butterfly, and backstroke. I liked freestyle the most because it's the most legit tough guy style of swimming. The essence of it is alternating arm strokes and leg movements. There are also a lot of nuances to the correct position of your hand when it enters the water. So what didn't you like about breaststroke and butterfly? Only thugs swim freestyle like you do without learning proper technique. Whoa. So no one feels left out, I'll say that I got 1 medal in competitions for breaststroke and another for butterfly because it was honestly impossible to win in freestyle. There were some real tryhards there. They could swim 50 meters in like 30 seconds, seriously. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. At the pool, there were a lot of guys who didn't come to train, but just to mess around. Pull girls' swimsuits, play tag, splash the coach. I didn't mean to. Well man, you're in trouble now. Come on, move it. A kilometer medley. Fly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle, no breaks. Go. Oh god, no. I'd rather you just humiliate me in front of everyone. After a year of that kind of training, when I came to the river in the summer, I could finally show off to the village kids what an amazing swimmer I was. And that's exactly how it was. In tag games on the water, I was absolutely unbeatable, my friends. Respect to you, by the way, if you spend your summers playing tag in the water, instead of wasting away at your computer and then whining about your lost vacation. Yeah, right. With the kind of summers we've had around here in recent years, all you can do is rot in front of your computer, seriously. What can you say to that?
Alright then.
Soon I moved to the 2nd lane, the club of badass motherfucker swimmers. Bitch. The essence of the training there was that first, we would swim freestyle for about 10 minutes to warm up so to speak, and then we would drill the technique of a specific stroke. Sometimes they would give us kickboards, and we would either hold on to them with our hands and practice our kicking technique, or clamp them between our legs and work on our arm strokes. And this is exactly where I should mention the flipper wearers, people who chose the dark side, people who fell for the easy way out, people who rejected the true path in favor of an easier one, people... Dude, I just put on some flippers. What's the big deal? The thing is, my friend, flippers are like a drug. At first you zip around in them like a damn jet ski, and it's a total rush. But as soon as you take them off, you realize you've lost all your technique, and you basically have to learn how to swim all over again. I know what I'm talking about. I used to wear flippers myself. It's all just messing around and cheating, guys. That's how it is. Ah, those wonderful times when I used to go to the pool. Lots of friends, competitions, the smell of chlorine, fungal infections. When I moved from the little kids group to the experienced swimmers group, our coach was a pretty, strict but sociable and overall cool woman. Her name was Nina Alexievna. A big thank you to her for making me such a great storyteller about pool adventures. As I already mentioned, there were two groups training at the pool at the same time, ours and another, more athletic one, so to speak. Their coach was also a woman, but she was exactly the kind of person people call a man in a skirt. Hey, get those dirty thoughts out of your head, you little pervert. That's not what I meant. Oh, hey, I meant to say big pervert. So, one day Nina Alexievna got sick, and the coach, train-rest coach mademoiselle, from the neighboring group came to train us. And I swear to you, those were the toughest 2 weeks of training ever.
If you didn't want a Titan's body, you wouldn't have come here. Reach for it, you bastard! You're a climber! There's no way back! A fucking circus on water!
For reference, usually our sessions lasted only an hour, and honestly we didn't get very tired. But after those workouts, especially after the first session, I didn't want to go to Sambo or school or art class. All I wanted was to come home, and then...
He hates his life. He hates his job. Sometimes he thinks, to hell with it all.
There were quite a lot of girls in the group, and while as little kids we tried to keep our distance from these mysterious beings unknown to science, once we moved up to the senior group I was pleasantly surprised by how big the girls' swimming skills were. Guys, I mean in those form-fitting swimsuits with cutouts, water droplets elegantly streaming down their slender bodies, just how impressive their swimming skills are. What did you think I was going to say? The bitter truth and the big letdown is that good female swimmers usually don't have very large breasts. It messes with hydrodynamics, you see? And you know what else messes with hydrodynamics? Hairy legs and armpits.
Alright, son, sitting at the computer, huh? Come on, let's go to the dacha. We're going to dig up potatoes together and don't even think about...
Dad, I'm shaving my legs for the swimming competition. Honestly. Yeah, I'm serious. Hairy legs and arms really do interfere with hydrodynamics, and any self-respecting swimmer either shaves them or wears a special wetsuit. One time, I also imagined myself as a cool swimmer and decided to depilate the hair on my legs. I didn't have a razor yet, since I was still a kid, and I was too scared to take my dad's, so I decided to do it with regular office tape. And for moral support, I called Yarek over. Oh dude, this is kind of scary. I've seen in American movies how everyone screams from this stuff. Man, I'm scared.
Why are you acting like a woman? Seriously, I don't get it. Do you want to win? Do you want to be a champion?
Well, yeah, that would be cool.
Then stick that damn tape on. Stick it right here, yes. Wrap it around here. Maybe we'll stick it here too. Aha! Let's stick it here. Wrap it a bit higher. There you go. Now you can tear it off.
No.
I literally ripped out all the hair on my legs, after which my legs turned red and started itching like crazy. And then these awful red spots appeared. And a week later, the new hair growing back made the itching even worse, and I went from being a cool swimmer to a damn scratcher. I was scratching myself literally everywhere. At home, at sambo practice, at school, underwater in front of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, when I was skydiving, even during the helicopter mission in GTA Vice City. Moral of the story, if you're a swimmer and you need to depilate your leg hair, honestly, who would ever actually need to do that? It's better to Google it than to call Yarek over with some duct tape.
Hey, why me though?
And finally, let me tell you about the competitions. Usually we were all informed in advance about when they would take place and how much time was left until then, and we would start training even harder. We had to work on our technique, diving from the edge and turning in the shallow end. Speaking of turns, the pool was 25 meters long, but we usually swam 50. So at the end of the lane, you had to do a somersault turn. The first time I thought, no big deal. I swam up and almost smashed my head on the tiles. So at first I was afraid to do the somersault turn and just touched the wall and turned around, naturally losing precious time in the process. When jumping off the edge, I strongly recommend making sure your swim trunks fit snugly around your waist and your goggles fit tightly around your eyes. The worst thing is those damn goggles. One time they even slipped all the way down to my neck. There was no time to fix them, especially since they were already full of water. Plus, dangling around my neck, they really slowed me down. At my very first competition, I first awkwardly flopped off the edge, making a false start in the process, then lost my goggles and almost smashed my forehead during the flip turn.
What a fool, sir.
But despite all that, I somehow managed to finish first, from the end. In short, it's a good thing I even made it to the finish at all. One guy even lost his swim trunks that day. Just imagine the situation. The hall is packed with people, and you know, parents came to watch. Grandparents too. So you jump in, and your trunk's just...
Alright, goodbye.
And your shiny bare ass is on display for everyone to see. Now that would be real cringe, guys. At that point, whether you want to or not, you have to fix them and get disqualified. So always make sure your swim trunks are tied tightly. But that's probably all for now. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to share your own stories about the pool and swimming in general. You like swimming, don't you? But that's all for now, and see you next time.